Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. I'm your host, Raya, and I'm handling life one shot at a time. Sit back, relax, let's talk all things pop culture, celebrities, gossip, trends, and let's become best friends. What? I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. Hey guys, we have a special guest today. Oh, are you saying hi? Everybody say hi to Metallica. I know you wish this was my dog, but it's not. I'm dog sitting for my coworker, and I really love her, and she's such a ham. So I told her she could be on camera, and I just took her collar off, and it has like spikes and stuff because like Metallica, duh. And she got really offended and was like, put that back on. But we can't have that on for right now. All right, are you getting up or down? Are you staying? That can't be comfy. Okay. She kind of looks like Chewbacca. Yeah. Or she looks more like a very, very cuter version of the Never-Ending Story. Not Alien, but I never watched that. But you know the dragon that they ride or whatever? I thought she was a Shih Tzu, but maybe she's a Maltese. I don't know. Regardless, she's very sweet. Obviously makes me miss my girl. Her and Penny never met, unfortunately, but her and Roscoe have been getting along. He's having a conniption. He's like, do you think they can replace me? I don't think so. He's literally freaking out, but it's good. It's fine. Here, sit right there. Right there. Right there. There you go. She's such a ham, and I love it. She's an auntie's girl. Sorry, I kind of miss having a girl dog or just like more dogs in general because I've always been hashtag girl mom, but hashtag boy mom. And I don't know how to feel. Like, I don't know what to do without a little bitch, demanding my attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy dogs are so chill. What do you have?
I have a boy dog.
A boy? They're so chill.
Yeah. And then sometimes he's clingy. It's like whatever he feels like doing.
I like that, though. I'm, like, okay with the clinginess, to be honest. Like, I do love that Roscoe's a Velcro dog. Mm-hmm. And Penny was like, no, thanks, 3 pets, and that's it. And now I'm going to attack you, kind of like a cat. Oh, my God. So she's been sleeping with me. Sorry, I don't mean to go on about dogs. By the way, Anthropology, I saw today on TikTok that Anthropology dropped their dog line, of people clothes with dogs on it, and I kind of want to get everything, but it's $300, so whatever. And not to be like a crazy dog lady, but anyway, so she's been sleeping with me, and then like Roscoe usually sleeps at the end of my bed, and he's been like up on the pillow, like curled up, not like a normal I'm getting tucked in, my the blanket goes under the armpits type thing, my head's on the pillow. No, he's like curled up under my armpit. Mind you, this is like a 70-pound dog because he's a little overweight. Anywho, okay. You guys, you want to hear something else? Hallelujah, Jesus! I'm done with my Invisalign. Is everybody excited? I'm done because I said it was done, not because I finished the treatment. I had a terrible experience. I liked Invisalign in general. Like, it's nothing about the product. I hated the dentist that I went to, and I hated the fucking ortho. She was a mean ass almond mom. I don't know. Wait, are almond moms nice? Like, they have your best interest, but they're just kind of like harsh, or?
No, I think they're nice. They're just very health nut.
Okay, well, she was a mean almond mom then, and this is no disrespect to almond moms or granola or crunchy, whatever you want to call them. Oh, what? Oh, you want my hand? By the way, I had to use my hand to shovel food into her mouth last night because she was tapping my hand to feed her, literally hand feed her. No. Yeah. Ha. Kiss, 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 kiss. Okay. Shh. Auntie's working. This is not the Metallica show. It's the Raya show. Anyways, I'm so glad I'm done with my fuck-ass dentist. Like, I do not recommend. Oh, and did I tell you guys? I think I told you this a couple episodes ago. Or maybe it was lost footage. I tell you, it is Mercury retrograde, but, like, I don't know what's been going on. I lost, 3 weeks of episodes, and, I was already 3 weeks behind. And then I lost 3 weeks of episodes. Now we're 3 weeks behind again. So you probably haven't heard from me in months. Anywho, but I did see my dentist like a month ago at Toca Madera in Houston, and I just know she's probably like, that bitch is eating again. She's such a snacker. Sorry, it's just very cute. She's watching me. Oh, I love that. You're so cute. Sorry. So yeah, so after we filmed today, I'm finally done. I have my retainers, I guess, which they're not doing the permanent retainers, in case you needed to know. Maybe just my dentist isn't doing a permanent retainer. Maybe I should get a second opinion. Good God. And then I got the fucking retainers, and they're like, yeah, we want to see you back in a month. Babe, I want to stop seeing you. I've been seeing you for 2 years, and it's been the worst, dreadful experience. Like, I'm fucking done with it. So after this appointment, I'm literally not scheduling anything else, and I'm going to a different dentist. Very happy about that. Okay, what else? Oh, if you guys are loving the show, please rate 5 stars anywhere you get podcasts, Apple, Spotify, follow on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok at coffee.meets.vodka. And if you guys want to be a guest, fill out the guest form at the link in our bio or in the show notes at our link tree. There's a lot of good stuff there. We still have some hats available. Get them while they last. I know people say that, but like really, like I'll probably never get these again. And there's such great quality. I'm really obsessed with them. I might get them out at BravoCon. Who knows? Are you guys going to BravoCon? It's coming up. I'm going to London this week. It's been a crazy week for no reason. Vacationing in London. Isn't that a little strange during summer? I don't care. I was supposed to do a European vacation with my girlfriend. You know, Sarah, the one that I talk about that I met at Banff. And she's moving back to Australia, and, you know, she's been begging me to come back and visit her again. And I was like, well, I don't want to go to, like, just London. Like, if we're going to go, I'm going to spend all the money in peak travel season. Like, let's go to, like, multiple places. Well, she's like, well, I already have Ibiza booked. And I was like, fuck yeah, like, I'm coming. Anyways, long story short, I'm fucking poor. So I didn't get to go to Ibiza, Mallorca, Italy. I'm only going to London and Manchester, which it's fine. And actually only for like a few days, which is kind of crazy to travel that much. But that should tell you the state of my mind. Like, I'm truly on the verge of psychosis, truly losing it. I think it'll be fun. It'll be fine. And the reason why I haven't traveled this year is because I was supposed to be like locked in and like working and whatever. And it just hasn't really worked that way. So it's like, you might as well live your fucking life. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's enough about me. What about you? Let's get into today's shows. Well, E! News is canceled. Okay, I could have told you that. I mean, I remember watching E! News like in high school and stuff. Like, I think it's been on the air for 34 years. That tracks with my age. But I just even remember like in high school, like by the time I was like a senior. Did you see that? Sorry, Metallica just walked down the hall with like this big ass bone. Okay. By the time I was a senior, I just remember like social media was, you know, everything was just already in real time. We already saw all the blurbs and Twitter and tweets and Instagrams and stuff about it. So like by the time 6 p.m. rolled around for E! News, like I was like, yeah, old news. I mean, how crazy is just the way that streaming and media has been going on. And I think ever since Juliana Rancic, you know, got fired for her comments about Zendaya, I never really watched. You know, I'm also not a big fan of Jason Kennedy. I met him one time and I don't know. I got like a weird I just did not like his vibe. And I could never watch E! News when like he filled in for Ryan Seacrest or like Kat Sadler. It was like Kat Sadler and Jason Kennedy. And I like hated that. So I never watched it anyways. Anyways, long story short, I'm like, when I got the blurb about like E! News being canceled, I was like, is it still on? I guess. I mean, end of an era. But, you know, whatever. And speaking of that, Jason Lee and Tiffany Haddish had a baby. Did you see that? Oh, you sent it to me, didn't you? Oh, do you know who Tiffany Haddish is?
Mm-hmm.
I told Josue, he goes, are they at Martha Turner? By the way, it's Martha Turner Sotheby's. He's like, are they realtors? No, they're not realtors. Anyways, yeah, Jason Lee and Tiffany Haddish had a baby. He's gay, and I love that. I don't know what is so wrong and why the internet is like up in arms about this, because it's like, you guys open your legs and have babies and baby daddies, you know, a mile fucking long. So why not have one with a beautiful, loving family and your friend? I'm just not getting it. I think like we need to get out, and trust me, I will say, like, when it comes to like relationships and, you know, like sex, personally for me, I tend to leave more like conservative in terms of, I feel like people are gonna like be like, oh, she's a like, you know what I'm trying to say? When people are like really, like, basically I talk more than like I do in that regard, versus like somebody else who's like more coy to the public, you know, but then they're like freaks in the sheets, you know, not me, girl. I love a missionary. But my point in saying that is, it's like, I just think like we need to really change our view on relationships. I mean, with the state of the world, with the economy, with things going on, I just think like this lonely man epidemic, I mean, good God. I don't know. I just think like, who cares? If it's not your life, like, what does it matter? I'm glad that they're happy. I'm glad that they have this agreement. I think the baby will be raised in a loving, funny home, and probably the longest relationship that either of them have ever had and will have. And I think that that's really beautiful, because children should be raised in a stable home. And I think that's great. Oh, another bone. Multiple. Don't you agree, or am I off?
No, I understand.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake was diagnosed with Lyme disease after not performing at his concerts that people are paying hundreds of dollars to go see him. Okay. I just think Lyme disease is allegedly code for rehab. Am I right? Somebody commented on a YouTube short and was like, you don't understand what Lyme disease is, and it shows. No, like, I do. And it's just crazy that every celebrity in California, mind you, you get Lyme disease from deer ticks. I have never seen a deer in the OC. If we're getting Lyme disease, it should be like running rampant in Texas. I mean, we got deer. You go an hour outside of the city, people have deer in their yard every morning. I'm just not understanding how all of these Californians are getting Lyme disease. It just doesn't make sense. And then they disappear, and then they come back with like a facelift or rehab, you know, out of rehab, or, you know, whatever. Anywho, so, okay. I did not know that this is the world tour that Justin Timberlake was talking about either, when he said that he got his DUI. I also thought that like that tour ended when everybody was making fun of him flying through the air, and then the harness was like really up on his crotch, and like everybody's making fun of him, and then the next show like his shirt was 4 inches longer. I also really need celebrities to stop flying through the air. Like, we don't need props, we don't need celebrities flying. Like, we're good. I mean, I personally am good. I think I could speak for everybody else about that. Anywho, so yeah, he's been diagnosed with Lyme. I don't even know what that means. Like, is he going to cancel the rest of his tours? His shows? Does he have any more shows?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. You guys, Matt Rife has purchased the possessed doll Annabelle from, I think, is he in New Orleans? I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to read it. I think that's crazy. I think he's lost his mind. I don't watch movies like that. I don't really do horror movies, or like especially demonic movies. I am kind of weird about that, and I do think that in that regard, the TV is a portal. You know, people like can't watch Sex and the City because they're like, it's a portal. Like, no, in that regard, The Conjuring, Annabelle, like, I do think the TV is a portal. The Ring, Now, I have seen some of those, but it was against my will, I tell you. But yeah, dude, could you imagine like if my kids ever wanted to watch something like that and then I didn't know? Oh my God, even worse, they bring in a Ouija board to the house and then all of a sudden there's summoning bullshit in the basement. I mean, luckily we don't have basements here, but still, like I would die. I don't know what I would do if my kid did that.
Yeah, no.
I think the solution is to not have kids.
Just give the kid away.
Kind of. They're like, she's like, Mom, I'm 17 and a half. Perfect. You're on your own. Like, perfect. You have 6 months to be adopted. Yeah. So good luck to Matt Rife. I'll be praying for you for real. Aliens are supposed to be here in November. Hallelujah. Why didn't they come last November? Beyond me. Apparently they're on this huge motherlode ship that is 25 miles long that is just flinging through space. Could you imagine, like, okay, you guys, like, really nerd out with me for a moment and like think about this. Like, traveling the speed of light, and it still takes like billions of years to get here to Earth. And like, do you know how quick the speed of light is? I don't know the actual math on it, but I did one time recently. Wait, this is going to sound so stupid because it's been raining a lot here. And one time I did see, this is like a couple weeks ago, I was like driving on the freeway and I saw like lightning, and then like straight up 10 seconds later, which is a very long time, I heard the thunder, like I heard the crack, and I'm just like, wow, like literally lightning does travel faster than the speed of sound. Or speed of light travels faster than the speed of sound. But anyways, like just imagine, so like they are like flying through space, probably traveling as fast as the speed of light, because how the fuck could you go faster? 25 miles long on this mothership. And they're still not fucking here. And they apparently have been traveling to us for years. I also think that's so crazy. Like, what do you mean we live in an intergalactic universe? Like, I can't wrap my head around that. I believe it for sure. But I think if the day really did come, I'd be like, oh my God, this is so cool. No, if the day really did come that the aliens come in November, I am bringing the dogs and I'm going out and seeing the light. I'm holding up a sign saying, take me, please. Like, I'm fucking out this bitch. Like, I'm out of here. Yeah. On that note, when people talk about like, oh, post-apocalyptic, like, who do you want on your team and stuff? I think I've talked about this before. But like how I always said that, like, no, I would totally fight to the death. Okay, I don't know. I had like an epiphany after COVID, maybe because it was like, I don't know, a near-death post-apocalyptic experience. I was like, why did I ever think like fighting and like building a civilization would be like such a good deal? I'm going out towards the light. I am like I'm telling my friend that there's like a blank in the gun and being like, oh my God, shoot that apple. And like, I get in front of the apple. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm being one with the light. I'm being one with the atomic bomb, with whatever. Oh my God, speaking of, did you see there was like a volcano that erupted in, I don't know, they've been erupting everywhere lately actually. And there's like talks about like the ring of fire where it goes like from Florida and Bermuda all the way like around or whatever. And apparently if they erupt all at once, like we're gone. And I was like, do it. Like, I'm literally like, please, it's expensive to live. Like, it's crazy. I mean, the world's going to hell in a handbasket anyways. Anywho, sorry, not to be a little dark. Anywho, so aliens, if you see this ad, I'm ready. Did you guys see the Philly finger? Did you see that?
No.
This couple was at a Phillies game just getting finger banged. Like, legs, spread eagle, just broad daylight. I mean, okay, that's crazy. I don't know what the rise in that is going on, but I need it to stop. It's crazy. I mean, there are children. There are people who like don't want to see that, who aren't children. I don't know. Oh, Colton Underwood and not Kristen Bristow. What's her name? Caitlin Bristow.
Oh, with the show.
Bristow. Yeah, has a new show coming out. It's called Are You My First? And it's about virgins. So now the new craze, we're done with sister wives, we're done with polyamory. Now it's virgins. TLC has a show called Virgins. I don't know what this platform is going to be on, or this show is going to be on, what platform, but it's called Are You My First? Somebody said that they wish that Colton Underwood is fine. I mean, he's crazy, but whatever. And then they wish instead of Caitlyn, they got Ashley Incognetti. What's her last name? Ashley I from The Bachelor and Jared. I think it's Incognetti.
Yeah, something like that.
Because she was a virgin until she married her husband and went on The Bachelor and was like a virgin and all this stuff. But I think there was scheduling conflict because she is potentially allegedly filming Real Housewives of Rhode Island. And can I say, a lot of people, maybe two, went to Rhode Island that I knew this year. And I knew Rhode Island was always a dream. Like, I've seen photos, but like, wow, what a stunning place. So I really do hope that Rory is coming to fruition. She would be great on there. She's great TV. But yeah, I'm probably not going to watch this virgin show with Colton Underwood. I just think it's so how him in general is bizarre. He was like, oh, I'm a virgin. And then, all that stuff came out about he would like get his dick sucked or something on Snapchat. And then he's like, no, but it's not gay. And I'm like, babe, just be gay. Like, I don't know. There are like worse things in the world than to be gay. You know what I mean? And anyways, I get it. It's a journey. It's fine. I'm not judging. But I also don't like him because the way that he treated and went absolutely psychotic on Cassie Rudolph, who was the winner of his season, and they were engaged, and then he started stalking her. And I never watched it, but I did obviously watch all of the clips and like kept up with the news and the media of it all and whatever. And then now he like married his first gay boyfriend and they have a baby. Okay. Sure. Okay. So he's going to be a host. So that is what it is. Also, remember when I talked about polyfamily with that like two couples? It's canceled.
Oh.
I thought the other day, it's funny, 'cause I just saw an article that it's like officially canceled this morning. The other day I was like, damn, you know what I haven't talked about in a while? Polyfamily. I go back, I'm like, oh, only 5 episodes. So I don't know if it was like a test or if they canceled it or put it on the shelf like mid-season. But yeah, they're over it. And rightfully so, because I think they're all getting divorced because they hate each other. A new Netflix movie just came out. It's called My Oxford Year. And I went a little semi-viral over the last couple of days because I watched the movie. Did you watch it?
No, but I know what happened, so you can talk about it.
Oh, right. Well, we do spoilers on this show regardless. No, but what I said in my video was like, if you cried those who cried hysterically during Oxford Year never saw me before you, and it shows. I shed like one measly tear just because I'm not like that heartless. I thought, I like Sophia Carson. I liked the acting. I just thought like it wasn't as deep as I thought that they were like making it.
Yeah.
And then she was kind of a dumb bitch, like staying in London. Oh, you didn't see it yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
So can I tell you what happened? So he's like an adjunct professor or something, or like he's doing his like doctorate or whatever. So he's like not a student, but like not a teacher. But I guess at Oxford or like in college, he can still date the students. I thought you like couldn't, but whatever. So apparently he fucks. And he's like this big player, teacher, whatever. And it's like the whole thing. She like gets to sorry, am I like also a little jealous because like she's like an American living in New York. I already hate that. And then she like goes to London or like Oxford and like it's like truly so stunning. I'm like, should I just take a train up to Oxford really quick? Anyway, so she goes to Oxford for like her MBA or some shit like that. She does like a 1-year writing thing, and anyways, ends up falling in love with the adjunct teacher. They're like, quote, just having fun for like 6 months. And then anyways, long story short, she thinks that he's ghosting her. And she's like, she gets drunk and she has the code to his house. She's like, I'm going up. Well, he ends up having cancer. and he dies like 6 months later. But like she had this cush 6-figure job at Goldman Sachs when she got back from Oxford. Mm-hmm. And she tells her mom on her birthday that she doesn't want to go. And she like wants to stay in like London and like, you know, be with him or whatever. And I get it. I mean, I'm not saying leave somebody when they're dying. I'm just like, I don't know. So then, I don't know. It was cute. I get it. Like, you know, she had this plan for her life and then love took over. But it wasn't that deep. And I hated that they made both brothers have cancer. They could have made one die in a car wreck. Apparently this cancer is genetic and apparently that is a thing. But like, I feel like it's not common. So I feel like if they just had him die in a car wreck, it would have been better for me. And it was just like kind of fast. But anywho, that's what's going on. It's kind of Me Before You. And then everybody's like, it is not Me Before You. Well, it kind of is because, you know, yeah, I get it. He didn't have cancer, but he had like I think he was paralyzed from the neck down. And, you know, he kind of chose the same route that this guy is choosing. And he's like, I don't want treatment. I just want to die whenever it takes nature takes its course. And he ends up falling in love with his hospice nurse or whatever, which is Emilia Clarke. And then I feel like it's like same but different. Like it's like the same storyline almost for me. Anywho, another show, Hunting Wives. Did you watch Hunting Wives?
I haven't seen it. I heard, I don't know. Everyone's like, it's just not what you're expecting.
Yeah, in a good way?
I think so. My cousin finished it in a day.
I thought it was really good. I'm reading the book now. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should read the book first.
Yeah, I heard like the ending is like different because so far I'm on, I think, chapter 11 and it's pretty similar to the movie. I mean, the show. Hunting Wives was really good. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it could have been, here's what I'll say. It could have been a cut and dry like answer. But then they decided to take you on this rat race of like, there's multiple storylines and like multiple killings. Mm-hmm. Also towards the end, like kind of unnecessary. I still thought it was really good. I still thought it was like riveting and like, I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And like, I don't know. I thought it was really good. So I highly recommend.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah, you should watch it and read the book too. Let me know what you think. Okay, 2 things I can't get over. And just like that is canceled. We won. It is episode 8 this week. I believe there's only 9 episodes or 10 episodes this season. And we won. They said after episode 7 or 8 that they're like, we've come to the agreement that we're going to be ending in just like that after season 3. That is very bizarre to be announcing that like middle to end of season 3 when you didn't really plan that in the beginning of the show. So it's like normally when it's like, oh, the final season of, you know, whatever, they kind of promote it that way, but they didn't do that for this time. And I feel like they just kind of got tired of the hate or low ratings. I don't know, but it's canceled. We won. You know what I can't believe? I can't believe that Michael Patrick is one of the original writers on Sex and the City, and he is just willingly butchering this show. It is so bad. And on this last episode, can I just say they've covered all of the LGBTQIA. Let's go through the alphabet. Lesbian, Miranda. Gay, Anthony. Bi or poly, Lily's boyfriend. Oh wait, LGB. Okay. Q, rock. I, we don't have an I. We don't have a T. LGBT. Yeah. We don't have a T and an I, but we do have an A, which is Giuseppe's 70-year-old roommate who is allegedly asexual and has a puppet of Giuseppe that he carved out of wood and is obsessed with them and is masturbating to him in his house. It's crazy. I don't even want to talk about it because it's like, thank God it's fucking canceled. Carrie's now dating or wanting to date Duncan. Oh, let me back up. Carrie and Aiden broke up. Thank God. I don't know when he became such a little bitch, but whatever. I guess time does that to you. I do think Aiden's storyline with like his family and like his kids and stuff is the most realistic, but yeah, I don't know. And then Seema was poor, and then all of a sudden she's not, and she was able to hire an assistant, and then she has this nice building, and then she's getting an apartment. I don't get it. I will say I do love her and the gardener together. I don't care. I love her and the gardener together. Are you watching?
No.
I do love her and the gardener together. It's cute. I think it's the most realistic. You know why else? Is because these are new characters. Like LTW and Seema and the gardener and Duncan are like new characters. So I don't have this preconceived notion of like knowing who they are. Like Carrie would never do that. Like Miranda would never do that because like I know their characters so good. And so it's like they could be whoever they want to be, Seema was doing this whole thing with this deodorant because Adam the gardener is like very hippy dippy, and he like licked her armpit or whatever during sex, and then he was like, ooh, it tastes like aluminum, and then he was like, I have this good deodorant for you, and it was like all natural, and then she like used it because she's like, maybe she told him she would never, and then she's like, maybe, whatever, and then all of a sudden she has to like run to, it's just so predictable. She has to like, somebody is having a meeting, this guy's at this restaurant, this developer, and then she's like, oh, let me run, it's 45 minutes across town, like blah blah blah, and then he's like, ooh, it smells, and she's like, I'll be right back, and go to the restroom. I will say thank God she had her travel size in her purse. I mean, I really was rooting for her for that, but like, yeah, I don't know, do we need like a deodorant arc? I don't know. Also didn't understand the whole Ozempic thing with Herbert. He ended up not getting on Ozempic. And he also didn't win comptroller. So I don't really understand what the point of him not winning was. And also like what that arc was. Charlotte won some psychic auction for $40 at like a silent auction. And she like is remodeling her house. And then Rock and... oh my God, the other gay son, Lisa and... wait, LTW. What did they say LTW for? Lisa, whatever. Lisa's son and Rock were practicing tap dancing right in front of Charlotte's room or her door. So then she was like, oh my God, can you stop? And she's like, oh my God, there's so much going on. I'm just so busy and all I need is this energy cleanse. And then she goes to Carrie's house. And then, Carrie hates guests, to be honest. And she hates hosting, it seems. So I'm even surprised that she let Charlotte use her room. And it's just a mess. And then we get to Anthony and Giuseppe. So the reason why we find out that Giuseppe's roommate is asexual is because they were at Anthony's apartment and there was a gas leak because one of the neighbors was hanging a picture and punctured one of the gas lines. And so he's like, well, we could go to my apartment. And he's like, no, I don't want to, blah, blah. Anthony said this. And then anyways, they end up going. Well, before that, we got an ass shot of Anthony on top of Giuseppe. They were about to have sex. And then he puts on a robe and has this gargantuan prosthetic just like coming out of the robe. And it's like one of those like things where you like a punching bag where you like punch it and then it goes all the way down, but then it comes back up. It was like that. He kept saying down boy to the prosthetic dick, and was like down boy, and it would boop pop right back up. And I'm just like, oh, that's larger than your body. It was like abnormally large. Anyways, I don't know if that was supposed to be a joke or what. And they end up going to Giuseppe's apartment, and then Anthony is like horrified because he's like, it's so small, and like you live with this weird roommate, like what the hell? He's like, you should live with me, like I really love you, blah blah. And Giuseppe's like, no, like I like my freedom, I like my space, like blah blah blah. And then Giuseppe's like, I'm gonna go to the restroom, and goes to the restroom. And on his way, he sees the 70-year-old roommate who's a puppeteer and whacking it to a carved out puppet of Giuseppe. So he's like, oh, he's not asexual. He is obsessed with me, because Anthony was like, your roommate's obsessed with you. Like, that's fucking weird. Like, why did he make a puppet of you? And I guess that's how it's ending. I mean, we have like 2 more episodes. I don't really know how it's going to end. I mean, I'm so glad. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm so glad that Aiden and Carrie broke up. Hallelujah. Very annoying. She is now starting to flirt with Duncan. And apparently he's like this big time writer, and he didn't even know about her. And like, he invites her to as this +1 to this writing event, a publishing event, and his ex-wife, who is his publisher, is like, oh my God, Carrie Bradshaw, we've been trying to invite her for years. Like, how did you get her over here? He's like, well, she's my neighbor and she's coming as my +1 and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, I know about that, and, you know, whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I do like them together because it's like fresh, but what's going to happen? I don't know. Okay, so thank God. I mean, are you guys? I did like hate watching it, but I could also live without the show. I guess I am disappointed in a sense that it is ending, because what else will I be talking about? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, RIP to them. Thank God Sex and the City will just live on as legendary, and just like that can go to the graveyard to die. Kim Cattrall also posted over the weekend Sunset saying an ending to a very long week, and I just think like that's so funny. It was obviously about, and just like that, it was like the same day that it got canceled. Okay, you guys, my favorite show ever, rising to the top, Gilded Age on HBO. If you haven't been watching it, you need to. I haven't really discussed it because it's like one of those things where it's like I do love spoilers. Well, I don't love spoilers, but well, no, I do, because I'm an anxious person. But like, I do not want to spoil the Gilded Age for you, but I will say spoilers are ahead. I mean, it's on season 3. It's almost over. If you guys are not watching, you need to get fucking on it for HBO. The show is about, you know, the Gilded Age in America between 1870 to 1880, 1890 maybe. And it's right before also the Great Depression, which I think is important to note, because, you know, the Gilded Age was like this big boom of, you know, railroads and oil and banking and just really, really, really new money. I mean, you have the Vanderbilts, you have the Astors, you have the Morgans, you have the Rockefellers, you have, who else? There's 5. I'm missing one of, quote, America's founding fathers. Anyways, the Gilded Age follows the Vanderbilts, aka the Russells. And if you don't know about the Vanderbilts, you should. I mean, Anderson Cooper is one of the last Vanderbilts. I want to say one of the last. I could be wrong, sorry. But he is a Vanderbilt. And, you know, I mean, he's fine. He has a job, but, you know, it's very notorious for, long story short, all of those families don't really have money anymore because of just how expensive all of their estates cost and how it is to upkeep them. And they are like truly like American castles. I mean, I'm sure you know. So anyways, what an amazing show. So I do like the fact that it follows the history of it all, but that's it. Like, it follows a history, and then everything else in between is fucking juicy, bitch. Is juicy. You have these main couples, or this main couple, Bertha and George Russell, who are, quote, the Vanderbilts, with Gladys Russell, who is supposed to be Consuelo Vanderbilt. I hate the name, but it's okay. She named her, Alba Vanderbilt named Consuelo, her daughter, after her best friend and Consuelo's godmother, Consuelo, who is half Cuban and half American. And I think that was like a cute nod. I believe she had a brother too. But anyways, there's Larry Russell, who's a brother. And George Russell is like really into the railroad business. He's trying to do, basically all of season 3 is he's trying to do this expansion to Chicago to connect all of the railroads and have like a big, basically like the Amtrak, like to have a big railroad system that connects from New York to California and down to Texas and Florida and everything in between. So he's trying to get these shares in Chicago. And anyways, that's a big story arc here in season 3. You also have Cynthia Nixon is going to be fine after and just like that because she's in Gilded Age and marked safe from losing a job. So sure. Just amazing actresses. Marion Brooke is played by Louisa Jacobson, who is Meryl Streep's daughter. You have just really amazing actors in that movie. I mean, in that show. I'm putting Bertha and George Russell on my vision board for 2026, even though the Vanderbilts, Cornelius and Alba Vanderbilt, do get divorced due to adultery. Somebody cheated, and it unfortunately looks like that's where it's headed, that the Russells are getting a divorce too, but whatever. They are such a fucking power couple. They are so hot for each other. Now they're fighting. So George is really resentful that Bertha married off Gladys to the Duke of Buckingham, because I just think that's also so funny, full circle. It's like America left England and like wanted to be a free country, and then here Bertha is trying to marry her daughter off to, a British aristocrat. They were called penny princesses, which means basically they were married off to dukes and lords and every titles like that to save their estates, because America had the money, and then the aristocrats kind of were in trouble during that time. So anyways, yeah, Bertha married off her daughter, and George made a promise to Gladys saying that he would always back her up, and she was like, the only thing that I want to do is marry for love. And George was like, got it, bet, like, yes, absolutely. Anyways, something happened, and then like that ended up not happening, and then so now Gladys did not marry for love, but Consuelo in real life does end up getting divorced from this duke and does end up marrying for love eventually, which is nice. Maybe we'll see that from Gladys. I need 8 more fucking seasons of the show. I rewatched it recently in honor of getting ready for season 3, and it's so good. I really don't want to tell you what happens in the last 2 episodes, but I will. The last 2 episodes have been such a whirlwind. You have Oscar, who's in the closet, in love with this guy named John Adams, and Oscar, his story arc is that he's trying to find a wife in season 2 and is not having any luck, and he needs to marry for money to just kind of keep it going, and he doesn't want to work that hard and blah, blah, blah. Well, he gets engaged allegedly, or starts dating whatever, this lady called Maud Beaton, and she ends up being a prostitute and a scammer, and he gives her all of his money for this investment deal, this business deal, literally not even his money, his mother's money. And she leaves town the next day, robbed him blind, so he doesn't have a penny to his name. Then the Van Ryns are going to have to like move out of the house. And then Cynthia Nixon, who's Ada, her husband was a priest, but ended up having this like multi-million-dollar factory in Boston or something like that. Anyways, left her all the money. So now she saved the day and is a millionaire, multi-millionaire. So just that was like a little synopsis recap. So John Adams was best friends and lovers with Oscar and was trying to help him get back on his feet and blah, blah, blah. And so at the end of the 2 episodes ago, they make a deal, and Oscar's like, oh my gosh, I could never like repay you, like blah, blah, blah. And John Adams is like, no, like I'm always here for you, blah, blah, blah. And he goes in the street, and then he's like waving to Oscar and gets fucking railed by a fucking apple cart. He gets a splinter in his stomach and fucking dies. He like gets hit basically by like a car, but it's a horse and a buggy and an apple cart. And like the apple cart, explodes, and then the wood goes everywhere and splints, and then he's dead. And then at the end of this last episode, George Russell gets shot. So we don't know who hired the hit on him, but he can't die. Railroad Daddy cannot die. And anyways, I've gone on, and I really could go on and on about history and this in general, but I won't bore you with it. But you do need to watch the show. This is not an ad, but it is truly so amazing if you like period pieces and drama. It is, even if you don't like period pieces, I think this is a good way to get your toes wet because it's like a lot of juice. Like there's so many storylines and not too many to where it's hard to keep up with and they're all pointless. Like they all very much have a purpose. I also very much love Peggy Scott's storyline, and she's a writer. She's a Black woman. She's progressive for her time, and she's trying to lead this women's suffrage movement. And yeah, and she's, oh my God, get this. She's dating Dr. Kirkland, and the mother is like such a little biatch. And so she finds out something about Peggy that nobody knew. And anyways, now the mother's trying to manipulate it to where, like, you know, because she's one of those that think nobody's ever good enough for her son. So she is trying to manipulate it to where Peggy will not be with Dr. Kirkland. But I'm rooting for them so hard. I really am. I love them together. So, okay, well, I have to skedaddle to my Invisalign appointment. As I said, if you guys are loving the show, please rate 5 stars anywhere you get podcasts and on Apple. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on social media at coffee.meets.vodka. Email us coffeemeetsvodkapod.com. And don't forget to get your hats and your merch at coffeemeetsvodkapod.com. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.